Welcome to Dim Lights Horror, the podcast that tells classic and modern stories from around the world for you to hear. Now please, take a seat, dim your lights, and join me in today's story by Reddit user Nintendo9, Home Alone. As I tell this story, I'm home alone, as I once was. It took me many years to feel comfortable being home alone again, after the terrible experience I'm about to tell you. On a windy, bone-chilling Sunday night in mid-January, I was grabbing some clean clothes from my bedroom. The day was long, spending it with my friends out on the trails. I was finally ready to take a shower and head out to bed for an early start to the next morning. I finally walked into the bathroom, turning on the overhead light and ventilation fan. I stood there looking for a few seconds until I grabbed my phone and turned on the bathroom speaker. My favorite music artist released a new album on this day, so I thought it would be best to listen to it while taking a shower. I really enjoyed the first song. It was very upbeat, and I couldn't help but dance. I stopped, looked over at the bathroom door, which had a clear view of the front door, and seen it was unlocked. I walked over to lock it again, really confused, as I thought I locked it moments before. I peeked through the blinds and went back to the bathroom, closing the door behind me. As I started to brush my teeth and take off my shirt, I got a sudden feeling of unease. I turned my music down so I could hear when my mother came home. I took a quick shower and was already in front of the fogged up mirror, brushing my wet hair back. I heard a door creak open in the distance. I thought nothing of it, as I thought it was my mother. I threw my dirty laundry in the washer and walked out of the bathroom, my music still playing. I stood at the open bathroom door and glanced over at my mother's bedroom door, the door fully closed. The moment I noticed that, I stepped back into the bathroom, concerned. I noticed that my mother's car keys weren't at the front door, where she always kept them. And the fact my mother's bedroom door was now closed, I knew she never closed it. She always kept it open so she could hear what was happening in the house. I closed the bathroom door and grabbed my phone, opening my messages. I quickly typed to my mother, "Are you home, Mom?" A few seconds later she replied, "No, honey, I'll be home a few hours late. I have a few more things to do." I stood there holding my breath for moments. She once again messaged, "Is there something wrong, dear?" I typed to her, "Someone's in the house. Someone is here." When I finished typing, I heard the sound of the door opening again. I looked over to my right and seen a closet. I opened it slowly and stepped inside. I crouched inside and held my breath. My mother messaged me back, "Honey, I called the police. Hide and stay safe. I'm on my way home." I sat there holding my breath for what felt like hours. I started to hear the sound of my heart beating in my head. It got louder and louder, until the sound of the bathroom door slowly opening. someone slowly stepped in. I covered my mouth and waited it out. I could hear a raspy sound of the intruder breathing. He stood there, breathing for minutes, until he turned off the bathroom light and walked out. I sat there, feeling a little safer, until I realized that I didn't hear him walk away. He was still in the bathroom, waiting for me to come out of hiding. I sat there in horror as I heard the sound of breathing once again, slowly getting closer. I curled up tighter, my heart beating so loud it could possibly give away my position. It went quiet. Too quiet. The silence was finally broken by the sound of police banging on the door and the intruder running out of the bathroom. I heard a loud crash, then nothing. I heard my mom call my name, and I called back. I fell out of the closet and seen my mother. I ran up to her and hugged her tightly. Days later, I was told that the intruder was a crazy person who broke out of prison just days before the incident. He was in prison for murder. Thank you all for listening. If you're listening on YouTube, please leave a comment. I value your feedback. And if you're listening on Spotify, click the follow button to hear more stories from Dim Lights Horror. Good night, everyone.